What's up, guys? We're back with installment number 2, episode number 2, volume 2 of my live from the oceanfront villa in Hilton Head guitar review series. No shit. I'm kidding, man. Anyway, I wanted to take a couple of minutes tonight to follow up on the video that I posted last night on the Charvel DK24 2PTHH in Burgundy Mist. I mentioned in that video, if you want to check it out, go back to my channel and check it out, that I was going to be returning it and exchanging it for another guitar, and that is the guitar that I have here tonight, which is a 2019 Fender American Performer Telecaster Hum. Hum meaning, obviously, the humbucker in the neck position. And rather than getting too drawn out here in all of the details, I'll give you a quick synopsis of my initial impressions. My initial impressions are the guitar is really, really nice. From a fit and finish standpoint, from a workmanship standpoint, it is absolutely flawless. I mean, I'm really, really impressed. This is, Fender's entry-level American-made Telecaster, and it is really, really nice. The fretwork, I can tell you, is comparable to what I saw on the Charvel. Really, really nice fretwork. No sharp fret ends, no fret sprout. The fretboard is slightly rolled. The edges are slightly rolled. Not quite as pronounced as the Charvel, but still very comfortable neck. Everyone says it's like kind of a modern C, and I guess I would have to agree with that. It has a little bit of girth to it, but so it's not super thin. Just know going into it that it's not like a speed neck or anything like that. It's got a little bit of roundness to it, but it is definitely a modern C. This has the jumbo frets. Fretwork, as I mentioned, is really nice. Now, one thing I can tell you that I did notice on this particular guitar is that the frets aren't quite as nice as the Charvel. So the Charvel's made in Mexico, albeit just a few miles from the American Corona plant. These frets aren't polished to the same level as the Charvel, which is kind of odd. I thought, man, like the Mexican Charvel has a little bit higher level of attention to detail with respect to the fretwork, at least the one that I have. The frets on this are nice, but man, those Charvels were basically polished to the point to where they felt and looked like stainless steel. That being said, I give them, a 9 out of 10 on the fretwork on this. Really, really nice. Just the craftsmanship overall, I cannot find a single flaw on the guitar anywhere, fit and finish wise. And I'm like way OCD when it comes to guitars. I mean, I can pick something up almost immediately, pull a guitar out of the case and look, and it's like, oh, the nut isn't really filed that great. Oh, there's some finish issues here and there. This guitar came out of the box absolutely spectacular. I'm really, really impressed with it. Once again, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to do any playing demo. We kind of went over that in my last video, to where it's like, I'm just going to give you an overview of the guitar and what my impressions are. So if you buy one, or you're thinking about buying one, you might know what to expect as far as like the quality of it, what are some of the components on it, and hopefully you can make a fairly educated decision based on the information that I'm providing. So your traditional 3-saddle bridge with the brass saddles, really, really nice. It's the big fat brass saddles. You've got this Yosemite flat pole piece, Telecaster bridge pickup, and then they've got that double tap humbucker here. One thing I can tell you just from the short time that I played it tonight was that I wasn't massively impressed with the tones out of the neck pickup, and to be honest with you, the bridge pickup isn't awesome either. Now that being said, it's not that it sounds bad. For my taste, they just kind of lack some sort of like body. They, for lack of better terms, they kind of sound one-dimensional. It's not this big kind of, you know, blooming tone from either one of them. Oddly enough, the humbucker sounds better tapped as a single coil than it does as a humbucker. And I guess both distorted and clean. That's kind of what I noticed. The bridge pickup, it's a decent sounding pickup, but it kind of, like I said, it kind of lacks that body, you know. It sounds kind of one-dimensional. It's more than usable, but I know how it goes with these guitars. A lot of guys, you know, it doesn't matter what a guitar comes with pickup-wise, they're swapping them out. I don't care if it's Gibson, Ibanez, Fender, you name it, people are swapping pickups out. So it's not a big surprise that the pickups in this guitar aren't completely stellar, you know. I didn't really expect that they would be. I kind of knew going into it that they wouldn't be the most phenomenal pickups that I've ever played in my entire life. Kind of bouncing around here a little bit as I'm thinking about things. I do like this new tuner design. So it looks like the old vintage Kluson tuners from the back, but as you can see, they have the 10mm bolt, bushing bolt, but they still do have the slotted post to where you just stick the string in there, bend it over, and start tuning. So I like that. I think the tuners are really cool. These are also, just so you know, people that are curious, 18:1 ratio, which is really good. So I think the tuners on this, phenomenal. Hardware wise is right along what you would expect to see on any other American Fender guitar. It's got the American bridge, it's got all the American controls in there as far as the switch and the pots. It's really nice. It's got the Fender logo there on the neck plate, which is cool. It's kind of got like a 70s vibe. Got the 70s style logo on the headstock. More of a modern American standard string tree there. Yeah, take it or leave it. But all in all, the guitar is really, really, really nice. I think if you're looking for an American Telecaster at a good price point, and you're a traditionalist, meaning that you like the 3-saddle bridge, you don't want a belly cut here, I'd recommend one of these. I think that these, I've had an American Special, the predecessor to this, and I didn't really like it. It felt sterile. This feels like it has some mojo to it. Pickups aren't helping that, but just feel wise, it's just a really nice feeling guitar. And like I said, the craftsmanship is 9.5 out of 10. I mean, I can't find a single flaw anywhere on this. I mean, anywhere. No crooked screws going into the pick guard, you know, nothing loose, no ill-fitting neck joint, no botched nut, no finish blunt, nothing. I mean, it is absolutely pristine, spotless, really, really, really nice. Comes with the Fender gig bag, which the Charvel that I talked about in my video yesterday does not come with a gig bag. So for $10.99 new at street price, which you can probably get these cheaper, comes with a gig bag. Charvel is very close in price, made in Mexico, no gig bag. So these are two totally different guitars, obviously. Like, they're not even in the same spectrum. You can't compare that Charvel to this, made in Mexico, made in America. But anyway, I don't know what else to really discuss. This video was probably maybe useless for most people. I get it. I understand that, because all I really did was talk about the fit and finish. We talked about the pickups a little bit. They're not stellar, but they're not horrible either. We talked about the hardware, which is just your standard fare American Fender hardware, which is very, very good in my opinion. We talked about the new tuners, which is like a combination of a vintage design and a modern design with the 18:1 ratio, jumbo frets, good fretwork, not stellar fretwork as far as like not quite on par with the Charvel, but still very, very good fretwork. I think the materials here, everything is really, really good. So if you can get a good deal on one, I don't ever recommend paying full price for anything, period. Never do it. Always ask for a discount. Sweetwater, Musician's Friend, Guitar Center, any seller on Reverb, always ask for some sort of discount. If you pay full street price, you're overpaying. But I think, you know, at this price point, there is clearly a difference in my mind between an American and a Mexican. Now, let me real quick back up and say that I've played a lot of Mexican, some of the newer Mexicans as of late, the Player series, the Ventera series, and I've been extremely impressed with the Mexican line. The Charvel, Mexican built guitar, really, really well built guitar. The Ventera series, really, really, really nice guitars. I mean, I played a couple of different Strats and a 50s Tele, and I almost bought the Ventera 50s Tele instead of this, but they're so close in price. It's like, man, you know, like the resale value on a Mexican guitar compared to an American guitar is way off. So that was really what tilted me towards the American, is that knowing that I was going to have better resale on this if I go to sell it. So like I said, getting back to the comparison of the Mexican and the Americans, they're pretty close, and I really honestly think that these are just a notch above. They're not this far above, they're like this far above. And then it really comes down to, are there some other features on the Mexican that you like, or does it come down to, do you want the resale value? But like I said, we're going to push this out to 15 minutes, it looks like. There is some clear, distinct differences as far as feel and just the overall fit and finish. I don't know how to explain it. It might sound silly, but the American just feels like a little bit better, higher quality instrument. But I actually recommend both. Having, like I said, having played a lot of the Ventera series and the Player series, and some of these new American, I've played American Professionals, owned American Professionals, American Performer here. They're all really, really close, and that's something that you see in the pricing, is that the price gap is starting to narrow to where you're seeing these Mexican guitars coming up, you know, in that $1,000 range, and the entry level Americans being close to that as well. And I think the reason is that really, you know, they're using a lot of the same components. Some of the Mexican guitars you get a little bit better value for, because maybe you're going to be getting some upgraded pickups. Yeah, I think that if you want an American Telecaster at a good price in that $1,000 price range, I highly recommend it. I mean, now granted, this is only me having this for a few hours today. I don't tour. I don't know, you know, if this guitar will, you know, be a road dog for you and last, you know, a year on tour or whatever. But we know that American Fenders in general are really solid workhorses and built really, really well and hold up really well. But you know, like I said, if you want an American guitar at a good price, I'd recommend it. My initial impressions are that it's a great guitar, and you know, sound wise, like I said, it's not going to you know, change your world. It's not going to be like, wow, this is the most phenomenal Tele I've ever heard. I think you might have to tweak it a little bit to get into that zone to where it's like, this is a phenomenal sounding guitar. It sounds good. It doesn't sound great. So that being said, if you got any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments, and as I progress through owning this guitar for a few more days and whatnot, I'll give you, you know, my thoughts and impressions, and any updates that I feel are relevant, you know, to this mini review kind of overview, first impressions video. But other than that, if you like what you see on my channel, give a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you dare, because I mean, who wants to miss out on the Oceanside unboxing video? I mean, because I'm probably gonna do it, man. I'm thinking like I'm just gonna fucking drag a box down to the ocean, take my phone down there with me, and film an unboxing video. Why not? And because like I said, I haven't seen anyone do it, so who wants to miss that? So if you subscribe and you hit the bell for the notifications when I do film my Oceanside unboxing series, you'll be the first to know. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy now.